Hey everybody, and welcome back to another map first impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Under the Hill. This map can be found in the beta section over at the farmingsimulator.com website, and this map is for PC and Mac only. Let me read you a little bit of the description. It says, "Welcome to Under the Hill, a new world inspired by my very own home village. Find yourself in an environment full of new challenges. All of the features of the original farming simulator are included, with many additional tasks. A Slovenian world as you have never seen before in Farming Simulator." Let's go ahead and jump on in. So we're going to deselect everything except for our gator and the DLCs. We just want to see if there's a problem with the straw add-on, basically. Let's go ahead and pull up the log. And I can tell you that this map is not seasons prepared. So that does not mean that you cannot use the use seasons, but you won't be able to experience the wonderful joys of having hay or straw rot if it's left out into the rain. So as you can see, the map loaded up nice and clean. And here we are. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map itself. So you can see we've got several small fields on this map. And the first thing you'll notice is we don't own any of the numbered fields. This map has 27 numbered fields, but it does have a few unnumbered fields. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So if we look at the need plow area, you'll see that there is several sections here that need plowing that are not numbered. So I am expecting that we'll be able to harvest those crops as opposed to the crops that are simply numbered. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of this overview. So we have one main sell point on this map. Now we do our videos on hard mode, and there are no crops in the silo from the start on hard mode. We also have a sell point for wool, wood chips, and our barn, which takes not only hay, straw, and grass, but also takes our pellets. Interesting enough, there isn't a sell point for silage. So if you're making silage on this map, it's going to be for your cows' production only. You have a fairly large list of starting equipment. None of it is leased. Let's go ahead and take out our loan. Now I have to say this map somewhat defeated me twice. I started recording this video 2 different times before this one, and each time I got hung up by not really understanding what I was looking at. Both times I had to open the editor and take a look at the map in the editor in order to really understand what was going on. So hopefully you all, if you play this map, you'll find this video helpful, because if I was going to play this map without knowing some of this information initially, I would be completely confused. And if I was playing with seasons, I would probably end up losing animals because I wouldn't be able to figure out how in the heck to feed them or get them any water. So we have sheep, pigs, and cows on this map. We do not start with any of the particular animals and nothing in the feed areas. And our silo has a standard capacity of 100,000 liters. Let's go ahead and drop down to real-time mode and take a look at our starting fleet. We start with 2 tractors, the 5600 and the Valtra N, ranging horsepower from 130 to 165. We have the front loader arms and bucket. We have the big wheel loader and a pallet fork. We've got the 1660 harvester with grain header, a small tipper, and then the standard small fleet of cultivator, plow, seeder, and fertilizer spreader. We also get a slurry spreader and a manure spreader from the start. We have a fleet of hay and grass making equipment with our mower, tedder, windrower, and round baler. And then we have our water tank and our Silo King power food mixer already in our starting fleet. Let's go ahead and buy up our gator. And let's see where the store is, right up here. And let's hit reset. And you'll see that the gator resets right here at the pig area, just in front of the pig area, right there, which is kind of across the street from our starting point. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look around here where we start. First thing we'll do is let's go down the hill here and check out this. This is pretty cool. This is a silage bunker. You see the indicator there, the F1 indicator. You can bring chaff in here or grass and do a little compacting. Now this is pretty narrow, so I wouldn't be expecting to bring too big of equipment in here to compact that. And right here is our sheep area. So we've got the water trough down the little hill here. Like how we've got the rain gutters here going into a big pallet. So let's go ahead and get some sheep. All right, and there we have our grass trough. And this is where the pallets are going to spawn for our wool. There's a nice little sheep area. I like how the look how it's rocky and hilly in here. Alright. Let's go ahead and check out this field prices while we're right around here. These are some pretty small fields. We got 0.13 hectares, $11,000, and you're going to fertilize this puppy in 2 minutes flat. Probably one pass or two passes with that sprayer. So up here we've got some of our hay and grass equipment nicely tucked away, our animal equipment, and this is where the fun began for me the first time I was looking at this map. So we've got some more water gutters here, rain gutters going into the water tank. The first thing is this is a receiving point for either grass or hay, okay? And if we come up here, we'll see in the little right corner here, it says storage grass and drying process, and we get hay. So hay will come out of this pipe right here if we bring a trailer up underneath it. Now you'll see our static cows. This is a feeding trough for our cows. Okay? This is the buy point, or the delivery point for our cows. Let's go ahead and get some. But there are no cows here at this area. This is the manure point for our cows. This is, where is it at? Where is it? It's around here somewhere. Slurry point is right here. Here's the slurry point for the cows. But there are no cows here. We will show you, I'll show you where the cows are in a little bit. Some more of this equipment. Now, the first time I tried to figure out what the heck this dryer was, okay, I tried to get this Valtra and this trailer in here, and it was super tight. So, you're going to need something really small to go in there. That's for sure. Come on around here down the street a little bit. Over here, this is our farm silo with a little storage building over here. We have our pipe out and our tip in for our farm silo. And let's check out this field. This is one of those unnumbered fields. It's got corn in it. Let's go over here and just check out. Here's another unnumbered field. Right here, this one has wheat in it. And then down here we have little old field 9. It also has wheat in it. There's the there it is. Field 9 is 0.08 hectares. 3 minutes to harvest this field. Oh, it's like 3 passes with the harvester. 1, 2, 3, you're done. Alright, I get kind of a chuckle out of these really small fields. This map would be excellent for small equipment, old equipment, little baby stuff. So here is your hay, straw, and grass sell point. And over here we have our pigs and our chickens. chicks. And the pigs threw me for a little bit of a loop, and that was probably why I had to open the map the second time. I thought I solved all of my mysteries with the pigs. Not the case. Buy our pigs right here. We're only going to get 6 because, you know what, that's where the pigs are. So there's not a lot of room in there for a lot of big pigs. And this is obviously the slurry point because we get the slurry trigger. We'll open this up. This is the feeding trough for the pigs. And see here what kind of looks like what would be a little water tray. And then the pipe. Okay. But the pipe comes over here to the slurry thing. Well, you look around here and you're like, well, where do you water your pigs? Okay, I don't see where the water the pigs. Well, there you go. Where do you water your pigs at? You water your pigs right here is where the water trigger is for your pigs. Right here by this slurry tap. It's pretty interesting. I would have thought that you would wanted those in real life to be rather separate from each other. But you've got your slurry and your water trigger right here. You've got your straw and your food triggers right here. And you may ask, well, where does the manure pile up? Well, it turns out the manure piles up right here. So this is where you should expect to see your manure. At least the editor has the manure thing right here, actually buried in the ground. So if you actually do see manure piled up, I'm not sure, but that's where it is according to the editor. Then up here we've got our harvester with our grain header and our water trailer. Let's go ahead and jump on in the gator here and try to drive around the map a little bit. It won't take long because this is a pretty small map with some pretty small fields. First thing we'll do is let's head on south. So we do have traffic. Not much to see down here. In fact, I think we've already run down here. We've already run down here because that's the little field that we saw. Just head on up the main road here. So there's also a few non-numbered fields over by your start point here off to the left. I think that one straw field is unnumbered. Our pig area is to the right there. See some of these real small fields. Rather narrow. You know, that harvester that you start with, probably make like 2 or 3 passes on most of these fields and you're done. Probably get just a couple 100,000 or a couple 100 liters of grain off of each of those. Here is the shop, or the vehicle shop, and our fuel point. This is obviously not a big bud map. That is for sure. Selling point for wool, and it looks like, let's just put the gator in here. And there's obviously the fuel trigger. Not really sure where the shop trigger is to do the repairing. I would have thought it was there at the markers, but it doesn't appear to be. And move on up here and check out the animal dealer. We got a fair bit of grass here off to our left. that we'll be able to make use of. And off to our right. And this road is taking us back to one of a small forested area, it looks like. Let's go ahead and check that out a little bit. Yep, there we are in a little foresty area. Like this big dip in the ground. That's pretty cool. This area is pretty neat how it's all set up. Kind of think that during a rainy season, water would run down through there and maybe pool in that area. Then we've got one of our larger fields, and now this larger field is not numbered. So we should be able to farm that one from the get-go. How big this cornfield is here compared to some of the other fields that we have seen on the map. We've got some more fields over here to our left that we could buy. Let's head on down here to the animal dealer. Pretty standard Farm Sim 17 animal dealer with our ginormous cow on the front, or on the top. There's our triggers for that. Go ahead and spin it on around here. Let's go up here to the other cow area. So you may notice on the PDA there's a cow icon way over there to your right, the right of the PDA. That is kind of the mystery cow area, if you will. You notice there is no cow marker there by the sheep, and that's where we had the buy trigger. That's where we have the food trigger and the straw trigger for the cows is over there at the sheep. But there's this cow icon for some reason off to the side there. Well, let's go take a look at that particular area, a little bit more detail. Come up here and I think, oh, this is the intersection here. We got a tree right in the middle of the intersection. Let's head on down this road. I go left here. There's our basketball court if we need to get the basket 3-point hoop achievement. And look at some of these really little fields over here. These are pretty small fields. In fact, let me go show you this one I really get a chuckle out of. So field 13 is 0.05 hectares, $4,300, 2.5 minutes, $815 to harvest this thing. It's like one pass with the harvester, maybe two. This one down here is 0.08 hectares. It's a bigger one. So these are all really small, fun little fields that you could use with the little small 2-meter stuff or 1-meter stuff or whatever. So you'll notice that we have animated cows. Oh my goodness. Here we go. We've got animated cows over here. So we have another silage bunker here, kind of buried down in the ground. And we have, look at that. There is the water trough. And this is for real where you water your cows. So you feed your cows way back there by the sheep. And then you water your cows here. And yes, we have some levitating cows. Just walk under one. Any rate. So you come and you water your cows here. You feed your cows over at the other area. But you've got now 2 bunkers that you can use your silage production. And then we've got a pretty nice forested area in here. That these little roads wind their way around all of these hills and everything. Rocky cliff, not a cliff, but a rocky ledge here. This is a really nice forested area. Tell the map author really did put a fair amount of time into this. Oh my, look at that big old pothole. We've even got power lines running through here because this is the sawmill. Quite the hill here to get up into the sawmill. And this is where, so we've got a little bit of factory here. So if we bring logs here, then we can get wood chips and board chips, or board logs out of here. And maybe this sawmill also makes kids' playground equipment. And this is kind of a setup. It looks like they make lattice work for gardens also here. It's pretty cool how that's set up. Let's see here. Where do we have it? Cell trigger right there for wood chips. There we go. Let's go over here and try to figure out what goes where. Guessing our wood chips are going to go there. Typically the sawmill needs fuel of some sort. Give me a name. This is probably the drop-off point for the logs. That's the pallet point for boardwood. And this is probably where you scoop up your wood chips that it produces. So, there you go, guys. I think this is a pretty cool, interesting map. Lots of interesting aspects going on here. The fact that the food and the water for the cows are so separate is rather interesting. Yet, at the same time, we're going to see that same trend here on another map that we're going to be profiling this week. So it's while it's different, it's not 100% unique in that there's another map that came out this week or last week on the Farm Sim website that pretty much does the same thing. They're playing tricks with you with respect to where things are on the map. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, please consider clicking that like button. If you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe. We do map videos every Tuesday and Thursday typically. We also have Let's Play videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We are currently very, very close to transitioning out of Midtown, USA, and over to Rathlin Island. By the time this airs, I suspect we will still be on Midtown, but we are fast approaching the end of our expected play time there. We're anticipating to play from late spring, year 1, all the way through the first year, and into the second year. We're going to play all the way through the end of autumn in the second year, and then once we hit winter, we're going to close that map out and move on over to Rathlin Island. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and until next time, happy farming.